I pulled fresh 2025 data showing where your audience is spending most of their time online. I did the hard work so you don't have to. So I've said it before, the purpose of this channel is about research. So for this video, I went to 7 different sources of social media and online research to compile a list of audience demographics. I'll list every source for all my demographics below in the description, as well as I'll list them on the side as we go through the video. X, also known as Twitter, is really known for real-time reactions and hot takes. If it's not really happening right now, then you're not generally going to see it on Twitter. So just to give you a lay of the land, people go there generally for news, spicy debates, and just to argue in general. The content that you see on Twitter is usually going to have a shelf life of about 20 or 30 minutes, unless it goes viral. It can still be very effective, but usually if I'm talking to someone or I'm consulting someone in terms of their business, depending on the type of business, X is not usually the first thing that I recommend. But with that being said, the demographic for X leans heavily male with a 18 to 34 age range. So that's something to keep in mind, depending on the type of business you have. If you are creating personas, which if I have not talked about personas, I will at some point in time, and I'm probably going to reference it a few different times. If you're creating personas and it seems like they're aligning more so in that 18-34 age range, then X/Twitter may be the go for you. So next on the list is Twitch. Twitch is known as one of the best streaming platforms for video games, for just chatting, but one of the largest communities in terms of streamers just outside of YouTube. Many people talk about whether they would rather stream on Twitch or YouTube. It's one of the back and forths in terms of people starting out channels and picking platforms. All right, so next on the list is going to be LinkedIn. LinkedIn is definitely known more so as a career building platform, a networking platform for professionals, people looking to advance in their careers. There's also a lot of learning that can go on LinkedIn, and there's a community more so of people. I know currently working on my master's, we do have a really strong community of people who support each other on LinkedIn in terms of looking for jobs, helping people find leads in terms of new careers. But all that being said, LinkedIn, the demographic is heavily skewed towards working professionals, 25 to 34. So, but it's also on the plus side, it is also known for having higher income individuals. And LinkedIn users are always going to be in work mode. The core thing with LinkedIn is to remember that if your content isn't helping someone get a better job, network, learn, or improve their overall career status, then they're not really going to listen to you. If you're not creating content geared towards those things, then LinkedIn may not be for you. I'll say, when I think about LinkedIn and I look at their pricing in terms of the type of accounts you can have, I can definitely see how you might think, or I can see how those numbers might come together. But with that being said, if your personas or if the business that you're building out leans more so towards that demographic, then LinkedIn may be something that you consider using if you're not already using it. And I say that's one of the best things about this research is that there may be some platforms that you just had no idea that may lean more towards your crowd. And now you might want to start thinking of creating content for that specific platform or for that crowd or audience in general. So that's one of the best things about doing this research or finding these numbers on a normal basis is almost sometimes uncovering a new persona or finding a new audience. All right. So Twitch is going to be known as the hangout platform, right? The crazy thing about Twitch is that you have people who go live and stay live like it's a job. Like they're live for 8 hours. I guess for them it is a job. And the crazier thing is that you have people in that chat who sometimes have stayed there the entire time, 7-8 hours, the entire time that they've been live streaming. It's really just a hangout platform for people to hang out like it was a social get together, or I want to say a bar, but I'll say a living room. The big thing about Twitch is that you have to make sure that you go live consistency to create and build that relationship. If you're not willing to do that on a scheduled or normal basis, then Twitch may not be the best platform for you. Okay, so next on the list is Instagram. Instagram is really just about visual discovery, right? Now, Instagram has really grown beyond what it was in its early stages with just one image and one static scroll. Now you can do videos, you can do carousels, you can do reels. In terms of just what it is now, it has definitely made it a lot easier for people to get that to catch the viewer. Now the thing about that is if you don't get the double tap out of someone initially, then the spin around the block is a lot less likely. Okay, so let's go on to Facebook. When you think about Facebook, you don't necessarily think about creators. Facebook is definitely more so known as the quote unquote friends and family platform. But I will say that one of the greatest things about Facebook is the meta ads, right? Is just building out those meta ads. So if you are a creator or you are a business, Facebook is definitely going to be something that you want to look into. Now, with that being said, Facebook may not be the best place for new creators, but if you're a local or hyper-local business, that may be the best source for you to tap into the community. Facebook and meta ads, kind of organic and meta ads combined together to kind of help you kind of tap into the community, tap into those groups. That is a really, really good resource, Meta, in terms of penetration into those friends and family groups. So research shows that Facebook users are still skewing a bit older, right? The audience that is really big on Facebook is going to be the 25 to 34 audience and the 35 to 49 and up. Just keep in mind that if you do decide to use Facebook, that teens are a lot less active on Facebook than the other demographics. So depending on what your persona is leaning towards, if it is leaning towards teens, Facebook may not be the right in terms of where to put your content. Next up is TikTok. TikTok is really the platform for people who just really need a consistent rush of entertainment. When you think about TikTok, you think about people who just do endless scrolling, really with nothing in mind except just a vibe, right? So in terms of TikTok, you're really just not going to find, and I say that when people are on TikTok, they're not actively looking for answers or solutions or to buy anything. And I say actively, I do stress that word, because TikTok is growing more and more increasingly as that place where, with the TikTok shop and everything else, that people are making purchase decisions based off of what they're seeing on TikTok. So just keep that in mind, that in terms of what TikTok is, it's an endless scroll, right? For whatever you're looking for and whatever you're not looking for. The algorithm, those things at you based off of what you click and what you spend more time watching, more so than others. So just keep that in mind. So the data shows that TikTok is still really heavy in users in terms of millennials and Gen Z, with a big chunk of their users under the age of 35. Although TikTok is really considered by some people as the app for teenagers, the largest audience on TikTok right now is the 25 to 34 age range, and the second largest audience is going to be that 18 to 24 age range. So a good chunk of that of that user base is a actionable audience in terms of if you're a business and you're looking to build a persona, or if you're a creator, you have that 25 to 34 and the 18 to 24 as really viable audiences when it comes to creating content on TikTok or trying to reach an audience on TikTok. So finally, let's get into YouTube, right? The crazy thing about YouTube is actually a search engine first and a platform second. So what that means is that the content that you create on YouTube is indexed and it's almost saved for the life of the platform or the search engine. And that means that a year, 2, 3 years from now, someone can randomly still come across your video, whether they're searching for a keyword or a tag associated with your video. So YouTube has really become a hub of evergreen video content. So research shows that YouTube is still pretty much universal in terms of its audience. You see that it's strong with teens. It's showing that it's strong with the age range of 18 to 29, but still heavily used by adults 30 to 49 years old and beyond. So like I said, when you think of YouTube being that search engine, it really just attracts everyone in terms of what they're looking for. If you even think about it now, you go on Google and you search for a specific term or a specific thing, even with the URL listings that come up, you're still going to get those videos that come up with it, right? And imagine the clicks that videos get that come up at the top of the page in Google. Imagine how many clicks your videos would get if they came up at the top of the page in Google, right? In just terms of indexed in search. So I'd say here's the bottom line. right? You can continue to post on all the platforms and still kind of be in the dark in terms of where your users are, where your audience is. Or you can take the time to build out an actual content strategy, learn about the platforms, and maybe pick 2 to 3 that you can repurpose content that you're already doing on YouTube and put that content in places where you know will resonate with your audience. And keep in mind, it's not a heavy lift to shoot a video on YouTube and take that content and splice it up and paste and place some of that content on Facebook or Instagram or whatever have you. If you're live and you're streaming on YouTube, if you're doing something that you think that may resonate with the audience on Twitch, you might want to multi-stream on Twitch, right? There is nothing wrong with utilizing multiple platforms. Just make sure that you are doing it within a strategy that aligns with the audience that you're trying to go after or the brand you're trying to build out. These content strategies and these marketing campaigns are marketing strategies. And moving forward, I will start to, if I have not already or discussed what personas are, I'll build more so on that in the future and how to build out personas. If you found any of this information helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel. I do want to remind you that I am a growing channel, so every subscriber, every like, every view is definitely helping at this point in time. Long story short, I appreciate you taking the time to kind of live in my corner in Mo's Marketing Lab, and I hope that this content is helpful and resonates with any of you who are on this journey the same way I am. So thank you for your time and have a good day.